Elephant ears, belonging to the Alocasia and Colocasia families, are known for their large, heart-shaped leaves that can transform any garden space into a lush, vibrant scene. This video will explore everything from the basics of understanding different types of elephant ear plants to the specific steps needed for planting and caring for these impressive plants. Whether planted in the garden or displayed in containers, elephant ears provide an exotic touch and are surprisingly manageable with the right knowledge. By the end of this guide, you will be equipped with all the necessary information to successfully grow and maintain healthy elephant ear plants. Elephant ears are not just a single plant, but refer to a group of tropical plants, primarily from the Alocasia and Colocasia genera, each known for their large, dramatic foliage. These plants are highly sought after for their impressive leaves, which can measure up to several feet in both width and length, depending on the variety and growing conditions. Alocasia varieties, often called upright elephant ears, typically have shiny, arrow-shaped leaves that point upwards. These plants are suitable for both indoor and outdoor environments, thriving under a range of light conditions but preferring a balance of sun and shade. In contrast, Colocasia, commonly referred to as taro, have leaves that droop downwards, creating a canopy effect. The surface of these leaves can have a velvety texture, adding to their visual appeal. When choosing elephant ear bulbs for planting, it is essential to select firm and heavy bulbs, which indicate health and readiness for planting. These bulbs are graded by size, with larger bulbs generally producing more robust plants. Healthy bulbs should not show any signs of mold, soft spots, or excessive dryness, as these can affect the plant's ability to thrive. Understanding these distinctions and the specific needs of each type can help you make informed decisions about which elephant ears will best suit your garden's aesthetic and environmental conditions. This knowledge is crucial for successful cultivation, allowing these tropical plants to reach their full potential in a variety of settings. Selecting the ideal location for planting elephant ear bulbs is crucial for their growth and development. These tropical plants thrive under specific environmental conditions that must be carefully considered to maximize their health and aesthetic appeal. Elephant ears require ample sunlight but also benefit from partial shade, especially in hotter climates. A location that provides filtered sunlight or partial shade during the intense midday heat is optimal. This balance helps prevent the leaves from scorching while ensuring they receive enough light for healthy growth. The plants are adaptable, however, and can grow in more shaded areas, though this may affect the size and vibrancy of their foliage. The soil where elephant ears are planted should be rich and well-draining. These plants prefer a slightly acidic to neutral pH, which allows for optimal nutrient uptake. Before planting, it is advisable to enrich the soil with organic matter such as compost or well-rotted manure, which improves soil fertility and drainage. This preparation helps prevent waterlogging, which can lead to root rot, a common issue with poorly drained soils. When considering the space for elephant ears, it's important to allow ample room for growth. These plants can become quite large, with some varieties reaching several feet in height and spread. Ensuring there is enough space not only supports proper growth, but also enhances air circulation around the plants, reducing the risk of disease. In addition to garden settings, elephant ears are also suitable for containers, patios, and decks. When planting in containers, ensure the container is large enough to accommodate the plant's growth and has adequate drainage holes. Containers provide the flexibility to move the plants to ideal locations based on sunlight and temperature changes, which is particularly useful in regions with variable climates. Before planting elephant ear bulbs, ensuring all necessary preparations are in place is crucial for a smooth and successful planting experience. This includes timing the planting correctly, gathering the required tools and materials, and preparing the soil appropriately. Timing is a key factor in planting elephant ear bulbs. These tropical plants require warm soil to start growing, so it's important to wait until the risk of frost has passed and the soil temperature has reached at least 65 degrees Fahrenheit. In northern climates, this typically means waiting until late spring or early June. For those eager to get a head start on the season, starting the bulbs indoors in pots about 4 to 6 weeks before the last expected frost date is an effective method. This approach allows the plants to begin growing in a controlled environment. The tools needed for planting include a spade or garden shovel for digging holes, gardening gloves to protect hands, and a watering can or hose for initial watering. Having these tools on hand before beginning the planting process ensures that the bulbs can be planted efficiently. and with minimal interruption. Soil preparation is another crucial step in the planting process. Elephant ears thrive in rich, well-drained soil that is high in organic matter. To improve soil conditions, it is advisable to mix in ample amounts of compost or aged manure into the planting area. This not only enriches the soil, but also improves its structure, enhancing moisture retention and drainage. If the natural soil is particularly clay-heavy or sandy, further amendments might be needed to achieve the ideal texture and nutrient balance. The actual planting of elephant ear bulbs is a process that requires attention to detail to ensure the bulbs are set up for successful growth. To begin, it is important to dig a hole that is appropriately sized for the bulb. The hole should be about 3 to 4 times the size of the bulb, which typically translates to a depth of about 4 to 6 inches, depending on the bulb's size. This depth ensures that the top of the bulb sits just below the surface of the soil, approximately 1 to 2 inches deep. Such positioning helps protect the bulb while providing enough soil coverage to maintain moisture without causing rot. The orientation of the bulb in the hole is crucial. The pointy side of the bulb should face upwards. This is the part of the bulb from which the shoots will emerge. Ensuring correct orientation is essential for the natural growth direction of the plant. After placing the bulb in the prepared hole, backfill with soil, gently covering the bulb and firming the soil to eliminate any large air pockets. It's important to make sure the soil around the bulb is well compacted but not overly tight, which allows for easier root growth and better soil moisture retention. Once the bulb is planted, a thorough initial watering is necessary to settle the soil and provide the moisture needed to trigger growth. This deep watering should saturate the soil, reaching the depth of the bulb to ensure that moisture gets to the roots. However, care should be taken to avoid waterlogging, as standing water can lead to bulb and root diseases. Marking the spot where the bulb has been planted is a helpful reminder, especially since it can take anywhere from 2 to 8 weeks for the plant to emerge, depending on soil temperature and conditions. Using a stake or a visible marker can help you remember the location of each bulb, aiding in proper care and maintenance in the weeks to follow. Once elephant ear bulbs are planted, their care and maintenance become paramount to ensure healthy growth and vibrant foliage. This stage involves consistent watering, proper fertilization, and vigilance against pests and diseases. Watering is critical for elephant ears, especially as they establish themselves and during the growing season. These plants thrive in moist environments, reflecting their swampy, natural habitats. It is best to aim to keep the soil consistently damp but not waterlogged. During hot and dry periods, this may require watering several times a week to maintain the right moisture level. A good rule of thumb is to check the top inch of soil. If it feels dry, it's time to water. Fertilization is another key aspect of the care regimen for elephant ears. These nutrient-loving plants benefit from regular feeding to support their rapid growth and large leaf production. Applying a balanced liquid fertilizer every 2 to 3 weeks during the growing season can help meet their nutritional needs. It's important to follow the manufacturer's instructions on dosage to avoid over-fertilization, which can be just as detrimental as under-fertilization. Monitoring for pests and diseases is crucial. While elephant ears are relatively robust, they can attract certain pests like spider mites and aphids, especially when grown indoors or in dry conditions. Regular inspections of the leaves, both top and underside, can help catch infestations early. Natural remedies or appropriate insecticides can be used to manage these pests. Diseases such as root rot can occur in overly wet conditions, so ensuring good drainage and avoiding overwatering are essential preventative measures. In addition to these regular care practices, it is recommended to remove any yellowed or dead leaves to keep plants looking their best and to reduce the risk of disease. This helps the plant direct its energy towards new growth and maintains good airflow around the foliage, which is beneficial for overall plant health. For those planting in cooler climates, the overwintering of elephant ear bulbs is a critical practice to ensure these tropical plants can thrive year after year. Elephant ears are not frost hardy, and in zones where temperatures drop below freezing, the bulbs need to be protected to survive the winter months. The process begins in the fall, before the first frost. In this case, you should carefully dig up the elephant ear bulbs, taking care not to damage them. It's important to start digging at a sufficient distance from the plant's center to avoid cutting into the bulb with the shovel. Once the bulbs are lifted from the soil, any excess dirt should be gently shaken off, and the bulbs should be allowed to dry in a well-ventilated, frost-free environment for a few days. After the bulbs have dried, remove any remaining soil and cut back any dead foliage. The next step involves storing the bulbs for winter. They should be kept in a cool, dry place that maintains a consistent temperature, ideally between 50-60 degree F. Common storage methods include placing the bulbs in peat moss, vermiculite, or a dry, airy container like a cardboard box or mesh bag. It is crucial that the storage area is dry and well ventilated to prevent mold and rot. During the winter, it's a good practice to periodically check on the bulbs. Look for any signs of decay or disease and ensure that the storage medium remains dry. If bulbs show signs of shriveling, a very light misting can help maintain their viability until spring. As winter ends and temperatures begin to rise, these stored bulbs can be replanted in the garden. They should be replanted after the danger of frost has passed and the soil has warmed sufficiently. This typically means waiting until late spring in many regions. By following these steps for overwintering, you can help ensure your elephant ear plants continue to enhance their gardens with spectacular foliage year after year. Whether these striking plants are used to create a focal point in a garden bed, enhance a patio setting, or fill a spacious container, elephant ears offer a unique and exotic appeal. With the right care, they can be a rewarding addition to any landscape, providing a lush, vibrant touch wherever they are planted. We encourage you to experiment with different varieties and settings to find the perfect fit for your garden's conditions and your own aesthetic preferences. By following the guidelines outlined in this video, even those new to gardening can achieve healthy growth and enjoy the magnificent impact of elephant ears throughout the gardening season.